morning, good afternoon, and good evening. How's it going, guys? Can you hear me?
Hello.
Are we awake?
Yeah, barely.
How you doing, Crypto Casino?
All good, James. All good, Fix. How you guys doing?
Good. I gotta turn my... Am I good? Can you still hear me?
Yep, we're good.
Yep,
It
all good.
glitched out over here. I thought, oh no, my internet's gonna go down. You know,
I wonder if we lost you.
the best laid plans of mice and men. So there we go. We've got what this reminds me of anonymous. There we go. I can't even think today, guys. We've got anonymous with us. How's it going, Knots Room Jew?
I just fixed the lighting and then I hit enter. Oh, there it goes. It's gonna go back and forth probably. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it's because of the window behind you.
Yeah. Let me see if I can
That's okay.
close that real quick.
It's okay. We got anonymous with us today.
I have secret information and I don't want my identity revealed.
So yeah, today's the big day, guys. It's been a long time coming. So I thought I'd throw up the maybe he'll be back. Hang on. Okay, well, we'll see if it comes back. I'm going to go ahead and kick from studio so he has a chance to come back. So I thought I'd start out with just kind of a walk down memory lane, guys, right? Here's the dashboard that we've been living with now for 2 years. It's done its job. It's carried us through some difficult times, but as technology would be, there's updates and there's progress and things break and things don't match anymore and things kind of there we go. A little better. So we've struggled, I guess, for the better part of this last year to keep up with bugs and tweaks and issues. Finally, no more. We are officially upgraded in our back end. We're officially upgraded to Wallet Connect V2, which comes with some pretty cool stuff. In fact, I probably should have disconnected my wallet so we can go through that process, but I'll do it. I'll do it as we go. Here's the old dashboard. And before we get started, again, since you're back, Not Srims you. Hello, how's it going? How you doing? Glad you're here.
Good, yeah, thanks. Good to be here.
And we've got Fix with us, and then Crypto Casino, our brother on the other side of the pond. They're in the UK, 7:30 at night, and we're sitting here at just after lunch hour in the US for us. So, but yeah, excited. Oh, and also, so Dead Poet's not able to be with us. He's very ill. He's not well. He's been traveling for business, probably picked up something on an airplane or in Jakarta or Dubai or wherever he was this last week, and just not feeling well at all. So we want to excuse him from, he really wanted to be here. We had planned on doing a little more prep early today, but I told him to go to bed. I told him to go to bed, get some sleep. It's 2:30 a.m. there now. He was planning on being on with us at 2:30 a.m. So, told him if he doesn't feel better in the morning, go see a doctor. So, so hopefully he gets better soon. And Deli's been working hard in the background. He actually just pushed our update, guys. So if I refresh this, or when I refresh this, we'll be looking at the new interface, the new dAPP. So yeah, without further ado, there's a few. I made some notes here. I'll cover a few things here. I want to start out on a good positive note. There's a couple things I want to share and kind of remind people of when it comes to Discord and our behavior on Discord and treating each other with respect and generally being supportive and positive, given the light that pretty much everyone here who's been participating in supporting the project is doing so on a voluntary or a minimally supported role. We do have Fix and Fisto that receive a stipend for their help on Discord, but myself, Dead Poet, and our mastermind council, which we have a quorum here, guys, of our mastermind council with you guys all in attendance. That's another thing, is reminding everybody we do have the mastermind council that Nats Rimju, Crypto Casino, and Fix are members of that. They helped approve and help kind of get us so we could get this update done, and so appreciate that, guys. But yeah, and I'm going to speak to that a little bit more later. We've always dealt with negative vibes in Discord, and I've never been one to shy away from respectful, intelligent, thoughtful questions and interactions. But when things get negative and people start attacking us personally or coming out with what would I call it? What's the word I'm looking for, guys? Passive aggressive behavior. We're not going to stand for it anymore, guys. I'm done with that. We don't deserve it. We're all doing our best here to ensure this project maintains the level of integrity that we've managed to build to this point. And can you guys believe we're coming up in 6 months? We're coming up on our 5-year anniversary. Does that even compute? I mean, that's just crazy.
No, it's awesome. I'm excited for it.
So anyway, I may revisit that. I actually didn't want to get into that, but you know what? I'm going with the flow, just like Crypto Casino said. I'm going off of notes on a paper. We don't have a bunch of slides set up for this because Dead Poet's not well, and he's normally the one to really drive that home for us. So let's look at the dAPP. So this is the old dashboard. I'm going to click over here. This is our old staking page. So here's, I'm told, well, I'll go back to that. And then here's our accelerator. And then, so now I'm going to go back here to our dashboard, and I'm just going to hit refresh, guys. And there we go.
Wow.
Beautiful.
There's the new Axion dAPP dashboard. And if you have a supernova, you can still turn that feature on and highlight your supernova there in the background of your. We got away from reskinning the entire dAPP to a whole new color scheme because we want to maintain the brand awareness of Axion, but we also wanted to pay homage to the original supernova and what that meant. So if you have a supernova, you're able to turn it on and off in the background. I'm going to leave it on. Yeah, here we go. And just to kind of give you some additional updates, we still have some tweaks. So we've got like tool tips that we're going to be adding back in. We've got a couple of the features from the old dAPP that we want to migrate over, but we just for the purposes of time and not delaying this any further, we just went ahead and got this so we can get set up so people can start using it. And I can show you here now, if I disconnect my wallet.
And guys, it works on Android.
Yep. We've tested it on Android now. We've tested it on
iPhone. I used Lightning Quick on iPhone.
Yep. And you'll notice like here, we've got this links. So we've got all the links to our website, to buy Axion on a decentralized exchange, which is currently set to ApeSwap. And I'll be updating some information on that. We've got news and updates here, which takes us over to Medium. And then we have support docs, which takes us to our knowledge base. So you're going to be able to easily navigate to these other important sites. And then also Dead and I have started the process of updating the actual Axion.network website itself too. So we are in the process of doing that. So and hopefully within a couple of weeks we'll be done with that. I've always, you guys remember, and you know this from me, that we've steered away from announcing that we're going to announce that there's an announcement coming as soon as we announce it. And while we are getting away from that, we've gotten away from that, we are actually going to move towards some of the things that we're working on, sharing a little bit of that so people know what to expect, get those talking points going, get that engagement going. And so we do have some things coming up that we will be doing some soft announcements on, some minor announcements for it. But yeah, so here's our new dashboard. So when you go to Connect Wallet, it throws up the new Wallet Connect. I'm going to connect the MetaMask. We're going to go ahead and sign it. And boom, we're on. Boom, that quick. I want to also show you guys this new feature that's available with Wallet Connect V2. If you remember, where was it? I'm trying to remember where it was on the old dAPP, where you could see some of your history. Now you can actually click on your wallet address up here in the corner. You can click on activity, and this will show you all of your activity, all of the activity you've done here. And this is not just activity on the Axion dAPP, but all of your activity on the blockchain. So you're able to go in and take a look at your activity that way. And much nicer, much more robust than what MetaMask offers you over here when you look at your activity over here. A lot more than what we've typically had access to. So that's one of the things that's really nice with Wallet Connect V2. And yeah, so we've got the accelerator. I can't remember. Do I have any money in here? I got $5. So I'm gonna go ahead and run the accelerator. We're gonna accelerate $5. We're gonna knock it out. And the nice thing is now with V2, it shows you exactly what is happening here, a little bit differently than what it did before. And that reminds me, I got to make a note. Mobile. And boom, done. So I don't think our dApp's ever been faster. And then let's see, staking. I don't think I have any. Well, I've got like 0.0059. I don't have any liquid to stake. I actually staked it all my liquid testing, doing testing it on mobile, testing it on the different browsers. We've tested it on Safari. We've tested it on MetaMask. We've tested it on Chrome. We've tested it on Brave. We've tested it on Macintosh, Macs, MacBooks. We've tested on PCs, Androids, iPhones. We've gone the whole route. So, and everything so far is looking. We haven't run. We ran into a few issues, and that's actually I want to mention really quick. What you're going to want to do specifically on mobile phones is you're going to want to go in. You go into settings on MetaMask. You go into networks, and you need to remove the old Polygon network RPC from MetaMask, specifically and especially on mobile. You can do this also on your PC or on your browser. The original RPCs that we were using forever pretty much are in the same boat that our dApp's been in for a long time. It's outdated. It hasn't been up. They haven't kept them up to date. So the old RPCs are still throwing massive errors. You'll notice when you go into MetaMask and you remove Polygon as one of the networks, and then you add it back, it should come up with the new, and I'll go and just do this for grins and giggles. So you go to settings, you go to networks. We're going to add a network. This will throw up on mobile. It'll throw this up. We're going to go to networks. We're going to click on Polygon. And you'll notice that it goes to the new Infura. This is the new updated RPC for Polygon. And you really want to have this new Infura RPC. You do that by deleting the old Polygon network. And in order to delete the Polygon network from MetaMask, you actually have to be on a different network. So you can't delete Polygon if MetaMask is linked to Polygon. So you go to the Ethereum network or Base or whatever you want to do. And then you can go in and you can delete Polygon and then add it back through MetaMask. You don't have to do it manually anymore. And you'll get this new Infura RPC. And that's really what everything now in V2 with MetaMask is optimized for. So we highly recommend that, and specifically and especially on mobile, because the old RPC on mobile, it won't work. That's in fact fixed. I think that was part of the problems that you were having at the very onset. And I know that Natsurumju had the same issues, and I had the same issues. And it was me going in and actually updating the RPC to the newer versions, the newer tech that really made a huge difference. So that's kind of a big one. So let's go back to the actual. There we go. The collider is working, and I don't have. You know what? Oh, I do. Let's just do a collider. Who remembers how long it used to take for a collider?
God,
It was a hot minute.
Yeah,
It was a hot minute.
painstaking.
Come on. I must have this open. Uh-oh. Am I frozen? You guys can hear me, right?
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. Oh, it's not going to show it now. I'm going to reject it and start over. For some reason, it was stuck. All right. Drum roll. 1,001.
That's you, Fix. Where's the drum roll?
1,002. There it is. It's done. And did I collide? No, collision failure. All right. We may add some of the old, not the entirety of the old imagery in this window. Maybe, just the final splash screen that you were successful or you failed. But again, for the purposes of making this process the least painful, so that when people come in and we are going to be doing a big, massive campaign to market the collider, to market the accelerator. We're going to do some questing campaigns. So we are going to start kicking it up some marketing. And so when people come in here and start using the collider, when they win collider NFTs, we want that to be as pain-free and as quick of a process as possible. So we did get rid of a lot of that massive over embellished kind of, it was fun when it came out, but after a while, it just was kind of like sitting there forever watching this animation go through just to find out you didn't collide. So yeah. So now your NFT, look at that. Do you see how fast that happened? That's the first time I've been to this. And then Galaxy NFTs. Let's see how fast Galaxies come up. Not as fast, but look at, I remember Galaxy stakes taking forever to load up. And since I just got rid of my only particle NFT, it doesn't show up. But you're able to now go through here, check out your Galaxy stakes, your utilities, have a few. And then again, so along with this, guys, we are going to start doing some marketing for the stacker. Again, we're going to start marketing the accelerator a much more heavily. And you know what? I need to look in comments. I haven't kept up with that. See if there's anything to go in here, but I'll come back to that. We do have a few online with us today. That's great. But now also I wanted to make a note here. So we've also now the old stake.axion.network is now DAO.axion.network. We are going to reinstitute our DAO and our voting system. So as we look at bringing more ideas to the table, and there will be a process where you can submit proposals. But we have some more work to do on this aspect of it. We've gotten into our snapshot account. We've gotten, we know how things are linked now, but those who were really managing this in the past aren't with us anymore. So a lot of this is, having to be figured out and learned from the ground up. So, but I hope here in the very near future, we're going to be able to start some of our very first proposals and voting and get that back up. So it looks like we still have, oh, look at that, goes right back. So if you can go to the DAO, and then from the DAO, you can go right back to staking. And then also, so from now on, when people are having a hard time finding their Axion in their wallet, they can go right to stake.axion.network. Right here at the bottom, they can click on add the Axion token, and boom. I've already got it, so I don't need to add it. Very streamlined. Not a lot of room for mistakes unless people are accepting DMs, private DMs that were not, coming from us, which we highly discourage. Don't answer rogue DMs. Even if it looks like me, it's not me. I promise you, I'm not going to do that. So even if it looks like me, sounds like me, probably smell, I don't know, it'd be hard to smell like me. But anyway, don't answer unless you can verify that it really is me and we've talked in a ticket prior to that conversation. But if we have a ticket, believe me, I have my DMs are cluttered up enough. I'll apologize now. I'm probably not going to connect with you in a private DM. If we have a ticket, I'll connect with you in the ticket. And that goes for anybody who is supporting the Axion ecosystem. We have a ticket system on Discord. We use the ticket system on Discord. It's there to ensure people don't get scammed. So, rogue announcements in general or in some off channel is garbage. And I guarantee you it's an attempt to scam you. So please be vigilant. We're lucky that we have enough mindful and supportive members in our Discord. 90% of them get annihilated within minutes of them, within sometimes seconds, but literally within minutes of coming up. So, and like I said, so we've got links down here to our website. This will send you over to ApeSwap currently, and then news, information, support docs. And yeah, so what do you think, guys?
I love it. I love it. Looks very good. Thank you, Deli.
Yes. Big shout out to Deli, our developer, who originally made several attempts to update the existing dAPP, to upgrade the existing dAPP, only to have it crash and burn and throw up bugs. And it was impossible. It was impossible to figure out where they were. And if there were more than one, you could fix 3 and there still might be 2 in there. And it turned into quite the nightmare. We were in the process of looking at, going from the ground up, and it was looking like it would be very, very cost prohibitive. But I will say Deli stepped up to the plate and he nailed it. He knocked it out of the park. So kudos, bro. I don't know if you're listening. But he was going to join us, but we couldn't find his, what do they call it? The Rancher Deli GIF. He wanted the Rancher Deli GIF and we couldn't find it. But yeah, so he has been a tremendous asset in helping us get everything updated. And we're looking forward to this. We can actually start really marketing the accelerator, marketing, the ecosystem, and we're going to do that. And we are going to start getting these votes set up. I got to look at my scratch pad here real quick. Oh, there is one thing that I would like to. This is kind of critical. We will have some Medium articles following all of this up for several of these points. And if you're commenting on YouTube and asking questions, give me a few minutes. I'm kind of the only one who can access those. So I will be going through those here in a minute and see what, we can address and share. Let's see. Where is it? I think it's under staking. No, it's under accelerator. No, it's under staking. Okay. Yeah. So if you remember on the old dAPP, under wrapped Bitcoin was a line item for claiming Axion back when we had the tax. If you have already claimed that Axion, it will the line item will not show up. If you have not claimed that Axion, we are giving everyone 30 days to withdraw that Axion before we close that out and burn whatever's left. And I want to say there's close to 500 million. I don't know, maybe close to 500 million or something Axion still sitting in that contract. And we will issue a Medium article and an announcement in Discord letting everyone know that we're doing a 30-day claim period to get that Axion, because in fact, we've looked at all the wallets and no one has more than, in the tens of thousands of Axion. It's nothing, it's not like someone has 2 million or even 10 million Axion sitting in there. It's in the tens of thousands. So it's really minuscule, but it's across every single person who's ever staked in the ecosystem. So in order to close that out, we're going to give everybody 30 days to claim it. And at the end of 30 days, we're going to take it and burn it. And it'll add to our burn. So I think that got that one. I talked about competition for the colliders, talked about the stacker NFT, and also, so you can still, if you go into the accelerator, and if you are doing a $150 stake or more, you will receive a Phoenix NFT. If you're doing 300 USD or more, you will receive a silver Phoenix NFT. And if you stake $500 or more, you still receive a gold Phoenix NFT. Now, what I need to check is to see how many are left. We did set a cap on those. I think we set a cap of 500 on the standard, 350 on the silver, and maybe 200 or 250 on the gold. I can't remember though the exact number, so I got to go in and check that to see how many are left in each of those collections. But those combined with the stacker NFT, and if you have a diamond stake NFT, they're added up to increase the bonus that you get over here. When you stake Axion, you get a bonus based on the length of time and based on the NFTs that you own. And if you have a stacker NFT, the stacker NFT combines them up to an additional 10%. Which also reminds me, this all is in getting us to where we've reached our max mint. So we've set the accelerator that has a max mint, and we're almost to 50 billion of the original 150 billion. And it's been over a year. So at this current rate, the accelerator is still going to be very relevant for another 2 years. If we get more adoption and a lot more activity in the accelerator, that will speed up. But we do have that max mint set in the accelerator, and as you engage in the accelerator, if you have a stacker, if you have Phoenix NFTs, if you have the diamond NFT, that will all combine to get an extra bonus when you stake Axion. So let me see here. I'm going to just take a second. I'm going to go scroll through our. Dead Poet saying hi. Is it show? Hang on. Oh, did I hit what the freak? Sorry, guys. There it is. There it goes. Dead Poet says hi. He's in bed. I know he's in bed. I told him to go to bed. Better be in bed. You better be in bed. So here, let's see. Yeah. So Jeff was saying, I usually never got the collider animation to finish. Always had to check poly scan, and I had that happen too. You'd either have to check polygon scan, or you'd have to check in your stakes to see if you have a new stake. It's working now, and we won't have that problem. Fisto is hanging out. He's there in somewhere in Europe, and so he's. I think he's an hour later than you, Crypto Casino. Are you still awake, bro? You haven't fallen asleep on us?
No, I'm here, Metal. I just bought another quarter. I don't need it, but I just, for the fun of it, I bought another $250,000 of Axion. Just while we're on the live stream.
A lot of comments on the. Let's see.
Yeah, I was just making a few jokes. Pemp, and I just pushed the price of Axion up 4%, guys, with about $500. So come on.
Damn, are you serious?
Yeah. Come on, guys. It don't take a lot to get this up. We all rally on, we're all working behind the scenes, community projects. Come on, we can get there.
Nice. And I'm an insider. I track people, and it looks like I'm seeing. I see that
Dead Poet wallet as well.
Dead Poet was testing it. Yeah, Dead Poet was testing it.
I've got about 10 different wallets, guys. So don't even try and track me.
Oh, you know what? When it comes to tracking, I'm king. But but I will never disclose. Let's see. Okay, so I am kind of ready. If anybody has any questions they want to throw in the thread, I read through everything. Most of it's just highs and pleasantries and everything else. So appreciate that. Appreciate everybody who's been hanging out with us. Let's see. We've got. Oh wow, I forgot we started at half. So we're almost 45 minutes. We're 45 minutes into this. Oh my gosh. All right, I talked about Phoenix NFTs. I don't know if it's done yet. Don't quote me on this. We are going to be reducing the fees for you to name your stakes, to split your stakes, and to generate Galaxy stakes. So we are drastically reducing the cost of minting Galaxy stakes, and splitting stakes and renaming stakes. So I think renaming stakes will probably stay the same. It's only 2 Matic right now, which is about $1.50 to rename your stake. We may knock it down to $1. I'll talk to the Mastermind Council, but I think 2 Matic is fair to rename your stakes, and then we're putting a cap of, I think, maybe $30 if you're in the 1 billion or more. 30 Matic, not dollars, which is like 20 some odd bucks. And we're going to be really encouraging people to do this and take advantage of this opportunity before we kind of put it back to the old numbers. And ultimately, this is going to help strengthen our ecosystem. It's going to help strengthen our treasury, our foundation, our OTC. It's going to help. It's going to help us maintain. I'm full transparency. We've managed to get the entire cost of keeping Axion, taking all the servers, all of the software that we use, all of the different third-party services that we use and everything. We're down to just a little over $300 a month. And we've managed to maintain that comfortably. So we've really worked hard to make sure that the costs of maintaining all of the interfaces, all of the ecosystem, all of the things that make Axion what it is, like dirt cheap when it comes to most DeFi projects out there that are spending several $1,000s a month just to keep their websites and everything else up and running. So look for that. We'll be having announcements around that, reducing the fees for the Galaxy stakes and the other options that you have. I've gone through those. I've done them just as fast. I mean, I renamed a couple of stakes, and not only did it rename them super fast, but on a refresh, the new name already showed up, and that would take a few minutes, and now it's instantaneous. We are going to be moving our liquidity from ApeSwap. ApeSwap is doing away with their DEX. They've already pretty much done away with the majority of it, but there's projects like ours that are still have liquidity there, where they've continued to maintain it. But I know that by the end of this year, they will be completely shutting it down. So we've looked very long and hard at both QuickSwap and Uniswap, and from a technical perspective, going to Uniswap makes the most sense for both short-term and long-term goals and ideas that we want to propose to the community. So we anticipate that will take place, if not before the weekend, first part of next week. We are going to move the liquidity from ApeSwap to Uniswap. It does require an update to the accelerator, because the accelerator interacts with that liquidity pool. And then also with the new interface and with some of the new promotions we have coming up, I am going to try very hard to set some time aside to do some mini tutorials. And when I say mini tutorials, I want each one of them to be very short and concise, and possibly have a link here on the dAPP, so that if you're trying to stake and you want to know how to stake, you're going to click on it and it'll just say, here's how you stake. If you're doing the accelerator, here's how you set accelerator. If you want to collide a collider, here's how you do the collider. All these little things, including like Ledger and connecting Ledger and using Ledger Live. So Ledger Live did not work with our dAPP for the last year. You had to use Ledger Live in conjunction with MetaMask in order to use your Ledger. So now Ledger Live works directly with the dAPP. You don't have to use MetaMask. You can go directly from your hardware wallet. I think that I mentioned we are going to be doing some questing campaigns, some marketing. I'm excited about that. I'm really excited that we're able to do this now and not add to the tickets in Discord. You're going to say something? Is that Crypto Casino?
Yeah, sorry, James. If you're open to questions, is free in the comments. P Scully is saying, what will the marketing look like to begin with? Yep.
So we're going to start with some questing campaigns, some spaces where we're going to give away colliders. We are looking at possibly doing a staking campaign where you can enter to win USDC as a reward for doing 120-day stakes, whether that's 150 or 3. We want it to match. We want it to match getting a Phoenix NFT with it as well. So we will be looking at that. We will be doing some spaces around that, some galaxy questing. I've been using one called now I can't even think. There's 2 other questing. So we're going to use multiple questing platforms. We don't want to restrict it to just one platform. We'll be doing this to get more eyeballs on the project, get people excited, and then part of the questing might be watching or somehow engaging on the tutorial videos. So, because we don't want just people just to quest to, possibly win. We actually want them to learn about the ecosystem. Coinbase does this really well. Coinbase has a process where you can earn $3 worth of a token. And for and people go through this whole, tutorial process, and they have to answer questions to get to earn the $3 in whatever that token is.
You saying that, I done that about 3 years ago. Even back then, Coinbase, it was a tutorial to learn different tokens, and you earned money on that. Da-di-da-di-da. And yeah, it was absolutely awesome, to be honest with you. Free money.
Yeah. So Jeff, I think I answered this. We are drastically reducing the cost of converting your. Are you wondering if an additional? I think for purposes of complexity or the simplicity, we can do one set of what's the word I'm looking, rules for doing this. We don't want to get too complex in it, but we are drastically reducing the costs of doing the Galaxy stakes. Here's a question. One of my favorite videos lately has been, I'm talking about the bass, about the bass, about the bass. But what's that song, guys? You know what I'm talking about? It's all about the bass, about the bass. Bass is looking extremely, extremely attractive. I would be misleading if I said we have not talked about this. We've actually talked about this extensively, and just keep an eye on proposals and votes. That's all I can say. I think there's a lot of value over on the base chain. We've been looking at we've been looking at chains transactionally, and right now transactions on the base chain are outpacing transaction on Polygon by 10x, kind of minimum 10x. The level of adoption, the level of engagement is outpacing multiple networks combined. Arbitrum, Avalanche, still, they are still pretty strong. But in all honesty, the Polygon network has been going through transitions. And so to answer your question, it's all about the bass, out the bass. I wish I remember the lyrics. I want to sing a little bit of that one, but
James, I'm going to throw something in the works here, and it's relatively new. It was only yesterday, I believe, in America, with the SFTC, is it, and the SEC, where they're diverting part of the SEC is going to do centralized, and the STFC, if I get that right, is going to do the decentralized. What do we class Axion as? Are we decentralized and not one of us holds more than 20% of the actual holdings of Axion? I've got a deep dive into this myself. You probably have as well. But how do you see us as Axion? Does this benefit us even more with the ruling yesterday? I know it's still got to go to Congress and be ruled for, but this is bullish for crypto in general. I don't know if you've researched this bit yourself. Yeah.
So can you rephrase that one more time? I apologize. I got distracted for just a second. I missed the very first thing you said. What's this in reference to? Right.
So what I believe is last night, obviously I'm in the UK, user in America, the SFTC and the SEC, they've ruled that they're basically going to take on two separate parts. So the SEC is going to take on stuff that is centralized crypto projects, and the STFC, which is in favor of crypto, is going to do decentralized.
Okay.
Yeah. So us at the end of the day, are we a decentralized project? Because what they class as a decentralized project is not one holder owns more than 20%, I believe, or it could be 10%. I can't remember on this, of the actual holding of that particular project. So in other words, what I'm saying is with us, with launch pads and stuff, this could be a big, massive door opening for Axion. But I don't know if you've researched this, James, or not. Sorry for throwing this question at you, but even me, it was only a few hours ago that I learned this, and it's early stages. It's still got to go to the Congress for them to say, yes, this is what we're going to do. Apparently, the Biden administration and stuff like that have said, well, yeah, okay, they're not going to veto it. In other words, they're not going to say, no, we're going against it, even though they are against that. Yeah. But that's the stage it's at the moment.
So to answer that question more specifically, this is one of the things that I've really been kind of pushing for, and we have had these conversations, is ensuring that, even if I think it was Scully that was just asking, Jeff asked, does Axion pass the Howey test? And that's very arguable right now. And I think that's a great question. I don't think I like the answer right now, which is why we've been working to get the DAO up, to get the voting system up, to look at Axion more as a community-based, community-run, community-owned ecosystem, with whether it's a DAO board or I don't think a nonprofit board would be appropriate, because that doesn't decentralize us. So it would need to be like a DAO board, and everything is based on the DAO. And it also goes to the heart of some comments I've made in the past, where if we look at Axion more as an investment club, and we look at, by holding specific NFTs, you become a member of that specific club. in the United States, under the current securities laws, if you are if you have claimed to be an investment club, if you can show you operate under the guidelines that an investment club operates, you're actually now legally entitled to invest in startups. And your club is seen as a VC, as one VC. They take the collective wealth of the club, the collective experience of the club, the collective education of the club, the collective knowledge of the club, and you now as a club become one. And therefore, you now qualify as your club now qualifies as a venture capitalist entity. And so if you'll notice, I've already renamed some of the things in our Discord. We've got the Whale Club, we've got the 555 Club, we've got the Polygon Club, and we want to look at all of our NFTs representing specific clubs. And now as a club, if we do a launch in the future, the club can participate as long as you hold that NFT, as long as you've signed the little form that says, I understand these rules and I accept these terms, then we can continue to move forward. So to answer your question, Crypto Casino, that is how we become decentralized, because while I might be a spokesperson or a caretaker, and we have the mastermind council as a support to that, and we still need to have a dev, we still need to have devs, still need to have people that are kind of taking the baton, if you will, running this marathon race to get to 15 years. Then we start to act as a community. Then that, to me, specifically separates us in DeFi from being a centralized company. There will always be bills to pay. There will always be bills to pay to keep the website running, bills to pay to have a dev update stuff. There'll still be costs associated with that. There may even be costs associated with having a team that's fully engaged, but that team is set and put in place through votes. There needs to be bylaws. There needs to be a process that we follow, that every 2 or 3 or 5 years, whatever those bylaws for this Axion club and sub clubs, if you will, follow, that every so often so it comes with risks and rewards. It comes with the risk that you get people that have bad intentions, but I think if we do this right and we do it well, that we'll be able to mitigate that. But I think that is how we really become decentralized, both on chain and as an organization. And that way, like you said, I mean, I might be the spokesperson, but I don't own anywhere near, not even 5% of the outstanding supply. I don't even think I own 1%. I mean, I hold several billion, but I don't think it reaches even 1%. So that's great. That's a great question. And this is what we're really hoping for. We're hoping that, outside forces, governments outside of the United States, put their thinking caps on and actually come up with some realistic and executable policies that will ensure that much of what we're doing now is sustainable, and that those who came in from the very beginning still have an opportunity to see progress and opportunities and growth. So how's that for an answer?
James, as always, you don't do short answers. You do a nice long one. I do believe it's called the Fit 21 bill, and as I said, it was only recent last night. So I know you obviously have not had chance to go through it or listen to it
Yeah.
and what it's all about. So I didn't want to put this on you tonight. But what I've read and what I've gone through, Axion is decentralized, in my opinion. None of us hold no more than 10%. So this is actually a good thing for us as Axion. We would come under the FSTC, I believe. Yeah, not the SEC. So, but research it, and all you guys that are watching, research it, and yeah, I think this is going to be a good thing for us in Axion.
So there is a question here. This is something that Deli and I were talking about earlier. We are looking at the APR amounts right now to make sure that the calculations are correct and understand how the calculations are happening. We started noticing this on the old dAPP, and we're going to have to dig through that. What we can say and what we have specifically verified is when you take your principal and the interest accrued, the interest accrued is matching, but what is it's saying that APR does look strange on a few, so we've got to look at that. We even talked about maybe pulling that column off until we can figure out how it's being calculated or why it's being calculated that way. There are a few things that got carried over from the old dAPP to the new dAPP, and mathematics is one of those things that we just haven't had time to look at deeply. But what we have looked at is the interest that it is reporting you get is based off of the original contracts, and that is being reflected correctly. It's just what is being reported as APR for some reason. We got to figure out why it's calculating. Some are being calculated and they look right, and some are calculated and they don't look right. So we're going to revisit that. I hope that answers that question. So yeah. But we are going to, because we talked about this, I'm pretty sure we're going to open up a little bug report thread on Discord. So anytime you have questions in there about, some stuff like this, like I said, we're going to be replacing some of the tooltips. There are a few little minor things that we're going to be doing. Let me see, I got a question. But yeah, we will definitely be revisiting some of these things, and we will have a bug report thread that I'll open up. So anytime you notice something or something happens that is out of the norm, we do want to know about it, and we're kind of ready to attack those in short order. So. So I do want to talk a little bit about our mastermind council. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us and basically just listening to me ramble on now for an hour, for crying out loud. We do want to build out our mastermind council. I'd like to see us get 6, 8, 10, of our community members on the mastermind council. The way we have not had as many meetings as I'd like to lately. I have been stretched kind of thin, but I also have stepped away from some of my other commitments, and I've exited a couple of them, and to free up my time, because over the next 3 to 4 months, I want to see some serious progress for the Axion ecosystem, and so my time is going to be more focused on what we're doing here. But with our mastermind council, as we isolate things that we want to propose as a team, as a project, those ideas are first floated to the mastermind council. Members of the mastermind council are held to strict confidence. They are trusted. They are doxed mostly. And so as we as we look to submitting proposals, or as we see proposals coming in from the community, those proposals will be discussed through the Mastermind Council. If they rise to that level, we want to then pursue potentially executing those ideas and those proposals. Then they will go up for a vote. And we will do our best to articulate pros and cons, to articulate the opportunities or the the reasons why we're looking to do these things. But our Mastermind Council gets to hear those things first. And even though we haven't had very many meetings lately, I've made an extended effort to reach out individually and through our private thread to put those updates in there, ask questions. People can, it's a channel where we can openly talk about things, express concerns, share ideas. And so we would like to see that Mastermind Council grow a little bit here. So probably here in the next, by the first part, middle of next week. Please don't hold my feet to the fire too badly. We're gonna have a lot of proposals, a lot of ideas, a lot of questing, a lot of promotion and marketing coming out over the next 2 weeks. So I will be pragmatic in that process and disclose them and share them and promote them as we're able to kind of use them as leverage for the next thing, as we kind of garner this process and get the energy back into the project that we once had. So this is what I'm looking forward to. There's a question. We'll never burn the Bitcoin. I'm not sure. Maybe you can expand on that question in our questions and concerns channel, Jeff. That would be helpful.
Just a quick one. That's for Inju. When you and James were at the Polycon, did you go for McDonald's?
No, I think you mean consensus.
Oh yeah, Polygon Consensus, was it?
No, Polycon was the online one. Then Consensus was
Consensus. Yeah, that's where you two guys met. Yeah.
It was actually local eating in Austin.
Where did you go? Where did you go? Come on, McDonald's or KFC?
We went to Tex-Mex, bro.
Yeah, Tex-Mex.
We had some serious. Actually, we went to a couple different places, didn't we? We went to Tex-Mex.
Yeah, it was all local. Yeah.
And a barbecue place that like left this big, huge, heavy pit in my belly.
Yep.
Yeah, that was crazy, guys.
It feels good to walk around because that was a big place to walk around. So good to get that energy. But yeah, it was all local eating in Austin. We had a good time exploring Austin a little bit.
Awesome.
Well, any other thoughts, questions, you guys?
There was one actually. I think we missed, James, and it was from Kyle. How much BTC is still around, and is there any way we could utilize this in some way, as most of it is probably just dormant right now?
Where's that?
I sort of don't understand the question myself here, but if you scroll up maybe about 7 or 8, Kyle Butcherman. How much BTC is still around, and is there? Yeah, that's the one, mate. Yeah, we missed him.
Yeah, it looks like Jeff answered it 2 comments down. So it looks like pretty good.
Yeah. So a lot of these things we're going to be looking at. We're going to be looking at things like this, and I don't want to get ahead of myself, and I don't want to speak kind of out of turn because we really have no definitive direction that we're thinking or heading. But with the Bitcoin rewards, they, the way we've done it in the past is I think the only place where we run up against the Howey test. So, but it's not something I want to, I have no interest in eliminating. It's finding a way, to either keep that in place moving forward in a way that that we're protected as an ecosystem from getting caught up in that Howey test mindset. Those are some things, and those are the big things that will, anything that we would ever approach, any thoughts or proposals or ideas that would ever come up based on that would definitely be the entire community involved in that conversation, because it affects all of us. But right now, no, we're not going to burn BTC. We're not going to we're not going to do away with that aspect of the project anytime soon. That's for sure. So it is kind of a disjointed question. So I apologize if it's a disjointed answer. But these are definitely things that we need to look at. The overall health of the ecosystem, the expectations that stakers have had, and doing things that the community is fully behind and understands and agrees with, at least to the greatest extent. So yeah, it's a rabbit hole, but we got to go down it at some point.
Yep.
We got to look at it hard. So
100%. Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, that's actually went longer than I expected. I thought we'd be done in like 30 minutes, guys. I thought, it's going to be over with so fast. We're really excited. And it really is it's taken a lot of time, effort, mental anguish to kind of get here, but we're here. And it works, I want to say, flawlessly. I'm not going to be, I'm going to revisit this in case you missed the very beginning. And we will put out an announcement of this, and I will include it probably in a Medium article and everything else. We can't emphasize enough. You've got to go into MetaMask. You've got to remove the old Polygon RPC and update it to the new Polygon RPC that MetaMask supports. And that's all automatic. You don't have to worry about typing anything out anymore. You don't have to go hunting around for what RPCs are legitimate or not legitimate. But I can tell you the old RPC is not supported. It's out of date. It works for some people in some cases, in most cases still, but it's not supported in that no one's working to update it, to bring it up to speed, and they're not adding servers to handle the load. Some of the original RPCs, the lion's share of people on Polygon are still using. And so they are RPCs that are just getting beat up, which was part of our problems with a lot of the errors. And since this upgrade, if you have the old RPCs, you're going to see errors, I promise you. So you have to update your RPC to the new RPCs that are provided by MetaMask. I think that's it. Let me look at my thing here. A couple of things that I was going to talk about, but we're out of time, and I can. They're better served at a later date anyway. Thanks for everybody. Thanks for hopping on, guys. Thanks for being here with us. Hopefully, we can get some more people interested in the Mastermind Council. We can grow that out a little bit, get some more engagement on that, and just look forward to some questing campaigns coming up, hopefully starting next week, where we're going to start promoting the Collider, the Accelerator. We're going to be giving out some Collider NFTs during spaces. I'm going to be attending different spaces and offering to have people, send me wallet addresses and enter to wins and questing and everything else. So, and get people, trying out the Accelerator, and then ultimately hopefully that will lead to them wanting to learn more about the ecosystem, because we have a really cool dashboard now. So
I just want to get one point across, guys, before we all leave. And that is, look, listen, Axion has been going 3 years strong. Yeah. James is so laid back in doing what he does. Yeah. But I want to say this as my personal journey myself. And this is this. I've been with Axion over 3 years. Yeah. It's like my personal bank account at the end of the day. And it's going nowhere. Yeah. Simple as that. Yeah. So bigger, stronger, better. And that is it. That's all I've got to say on it.
thank you. Well, I guess without further ado, now I got to switch to my other page. We'll go ahead and close things out. And thanks everybody for being here. Appreciate you, Knott's Room, Jewel, Fix, Crypto Casino, Deli. Thanks for knocking this out in record time. It's actually been ready for over a week, but we wanted to do some significant testing and some tweaks and everything else. And we wanted to really be able to do a good live stream. Dead Poet, I hope you get feeling better, bud. I hope you're dead asleep right now. Not, I hope you're asleep right. I hope you're dead. I hope you're asleep right now. And get some good rest. Feel better tomorrow. And cheers, guys. It's been exciting. Appreciate you.
Thanks, James.
We'll catch you all later.
Later.
Get some sleep, Crypto Casino. It's a big day tomorrow. Friday. Beer night tomorrow.
Yep. Take care, guys. Yep.
All right. Cheers. Thanks, Fix.